gonna go for a science victory.
Science.
We're gonna outright say that.
Well, that's interesting because if you've ever watched Futurama,
Yeah.
you will know that. Well, for anyone that's watching, not you.
Right.
You think I'm talking to you. That's fine.
Damn it. Whoa, I didn't want to build a settler.
What'd you do that for?
You're getting me all flustered with your fucking talk of
For my hate.
Polish history.
Anyway, if you've watched Futurama,
yeah.
I think it's Futurama.
As our civic knowledge.
I'll just go with it. Without the influence of alcohol, the Irish would have put the world like ages ahead of its time.
Oh yes, right. Yeah, I think I remember that bit. All right. Oh, look at this. It's Vilnius. What's funny about that is that is the capital of Lithuania, and it's right next to Poland.
Hmm.
All is
And isn't that another one of your
oh yeah,
heritages?
Yes. Lithuania for sure. Yeah, the Poles and the Lithuanians have a very interesting history. They actually were like a single nation in like the, I don't know, 1700s.
Interesting.
I think if you look
If you're a nerd.
Nerd! Yeah, this game will help me nerd out like none of the other ones have.
Yeah, a lot of the ones that we've done so far are games that I know.
Right. We're gonna hold off on. Did you see our first Barbs?
Hey, Barbs.
Barbs are a mainstay of the series. They're basically just hostile to everybody. Barbarians. We're gonna ignore them and just kind of root out this peaceful tribal village and make them adopt our ways.
Wasn't there?
Yeah.
Wasn't there a game mode in 5 where it was like Barbs are relentless?
It was yeah. It was called Raging Barbarians.
Yeah.
Option. I wish it was called Barbs Are Relentless. That would have been good. If you listen closely, you can hear the bagpipes.
Oh yeah.
Writing. Yeah, one of the cool things about this game is that it is narrated by Sean Bean.
Sean Bean.
Our good friend Sean Bean.
He's like one of my favorite. Just people.
Yeah, he's a cool.
Not even actor, just cool people.
Guy. Cool guy in general.
The unfortunate part of his acting career, though, is that he dies in about 99% of everything he's in.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is unfortunate.
Right. I don't know, does his greatest work, National Treasure.
Oh yeah.
Without imagination is craftsmanship.
I don't know.
Why was he in that movie? Like,
such as wickerwork, picnic baskets.
I think it's left up to be like an ambiguous end.
Yeah.
Because like he might fall down a shaft.
Yeah.
I don't remember. It's been a while since I've seen that movie.
That's perfectly fine. We're gonna go ahead and upgrade our policy. So this is a new little thing. You know how in Civ 5 there were basically a civics tree that would give you little bonuses?
Yeah.
This is your government. So right now our government is a chiefdom. Basically gives you these different slots of policies you can change in and out, which you get by researching civics. So basically, the civics tree is the civics tree and this tech tree run parallel to each other throughout the game. Just one is by culture and one is by science.
And you said we're going for a scientific.
Win. Because his bonus is a Scottish Enlightenment. Happy cities receive an additional +5 science and +5 production, science points, and engineer points.
Well, you gotta keep them happy, which
that's
isn't always easy.
That's the problem. You gotta keep the fucking plebes.
Especially if you start attacking different places.
I'm not planning on attacking much. Unless I need.
Because I mean, I don't know if it's still a thing, but it is like Warmonger and stuff like
Oh
that.
yeah, so much more so in this game.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the warfare is much more complex.
Hmm.
You actually need. Oh, we can build a campus. Let's do that. Or do we want to build? Let's actually build a warrior first. Because I feel like the Barbs are gonna encroach. But yeah, there's like different types of wars you can.
When you find yourself in a
Basically, different types of war you can inflict. Based on how, basically it's like how based on how justified the war is how much of a warmonger penalty is. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Yeah. Like if you just outright declare war on someone, everyone's gonna hate you. But if they like took a city of yours and then you declare war, oh look,
Oh, it's
it's everybody's favorite chubby guy.
He looks sort of Polynesian.
Yeah, he's Southeast Asian. I mean, I'm gonna butcher the name, but I think it's Khmer, which essentially is like Cambodia, Vietnam, Laos, that kind of area.
Oh, I see. Oh, yeah, he kind of has like a Shaolin vibe to him.
Yeah, I mean, he's got this nice little breastplate, which is very reminiscent of, like, you know, yellow pants like the King and I. We'd love this sample your hospitality.
What are his earrings? Those are fucking crazy.
They kind of look like bolts.
I like how they did the fog of war in this game.
Yeah, isn't it kind of cool? I like it.
It's not just like you've been there, so you can sort of see it,
right.
but you can't.
Like
I like this better, like map.
Yeah, it's like a map, and sometimes there's little like here's a compass rose, but like over here there's a sea monster.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool.
It gives me more like a Middle Earth map kind of vibe.
Yeah, a little bit. Alright, we're gonna fortify you. One of the other things is, I don't know if you noticed it, but my builder is no longer here. One thing that's new about the builders is they have like little charges, and then once they use them up, they're gone.
Interesting.
Which I actually think cleans it up a lot, because like in Civ 5 you'd end up with like 50 workers running around with nothing to do. Ooh, we're expanding pretty well.
Yeah, we got, let's see,
Ooh, come here, you scout. I'm gonna get ya.
9 or 10 tiles of our city? That's not bad.
Yeah. Yeah, look, it's Auckland. I think that's in New Zealand. Look at that. Freaking kiwis. Alright. Now we're gonna do a campus. Oh, here's another thing. You know how Civ 5 introduced the idea that... Ooh, I don't own that yet. Introduced the idea that, units are not stacked. Well, this kind of did the same thing with buildings. So like here, I'm going to build a campus district, which is basically where all the science buildings are made. We're going to plop it on this tile.
Okay.
So instead of building it in the city, you have to choose a tile for the buildings of that specific. Like there's a campus district, there's a holy site, a production zone of some kind, which I think makes the city planning a lot more interesting.
That is interesting.
I like how his name is Anger Tom. Why is Tom so angry? Okay. Yeah, see, now they're down one. One of them died in the mines, evidently. Poor guy. Yeah, this will probably be a several-part series. Granted, it's a turn-based game with quite a bit of, you gotta put quite a bit into it. We are playing on Quick, which is the second fastest game mode.
We now have the opportunity to appoint a governor to our civilization.
Another new thing.
Hello, governor.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
Yeah, this is...
Can we choose from all these people?
We gotta choose one of these people. This is kind of a weird addition with the expansion. Basically, they are specialists that you put in your city, and they all give you different little upgrades. So like, fucking old Avatar The Last Airbender gives you a lot of faith bonuses.
Right.
One-Eye White Guy gives you a lot of defense bonuses. My favorite one is, Tan Yzma, who gives you, financial bonuses. But what we're gonna do is go with Pingala, because he gives you campus district bonuses. So we're gonna go ahead and point him in Sterling.
It is equally important to have a happy and engaged workforce.
We are now ready to choose where to build our government.
Alright, we
buildings.
decided while we were
may
watching
only
the
zone
intro
one
that
of
this
these
is
in our
Arya,
empire, so
given
choose
that
our
Arya
governor.
Stark, given that Sean Bean is her father. I think that's who that is. Alright. We're gonna go with... Well, this guy. Alright. More truffles. One of the things I noticed about playing science, for a science victory in this game, is that if you neglect culture, you will be screwed by someone that doesn't. You don't have to play the religious game as much, but because there is a religious victory in this one. But if you neglect culture, you will get
Each of us is carving a stone,
over.
erecting a column, or cutting a...
Bowled over was the word.
Two things I have to say.
Yeah, go ahead.
One,
Yeah.
I find it interesting that in the previous game, the Celts were very much faith-oriented.
Right.
Whereas this one is more...
Civilization.
I don't really know.
Well, it's like... Ooh, hello, horseman. Let me go back here. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I haven't played them much, but they seem to be mostly science with a little bit of culture, tourism, the golf course thing. So this is going to come in handy, like, to offset a cultural victory by someone else while we go for a science victory.
Right, so it'll kind of keep us caught up to whoever else is going to go for that.
Right. From what I've read, the Scots in this game are mostly, you either go for science or military victory. Alright.
Now the second thing is if you put a worker in a truffle space, and interact with it, will they do the truffle shuffle?
I don't believe in astrology.
Oh, I hope
I'm a
not.
Sagittarius, Bespectacled.
But I understand what you mean. I could hear the hope in your voice. We really need it.
I feel like that's kind of lost on you though, because you haven't seen the movie.
No, I haven't. But just the words "truffle shuffle," I've heard you say multiple times before. Additionally, the fact that
in various settings.
Dinner parties, over the phone.
I like how dinner parties your go-to. What?
As a couple, drink a little wine.
Yeah.
Do a little truffle shuffle. You know how it goes.
I don't think you're getting what the truffle shuffle is.
Tell me what it is, and maybe I'll remember.
It's the truffle shuffle.
Damn it. Okay. We're gonna build a holy site.
You just gotta watch the movie.
What movie?
It's the Goonies.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't seen the Goonies.
Co dzień modlę się o duszę Twoją, iż odnajdziesz mądrość Pana.
She speaks so beautifully.
I wish I could hear her.
Too bad.
Or him.
Too bad for you.
Too bad for me.
Oh, you know what? Well, this should probably be a disclaimer ahead of time. This series will be loaded with horrible and moderate Scottish accents.
Yeah.
Because that's just the way we roll.